is up, my fellow thrill seekers? I haven't uploaded in quite some time, at least a scripted video like this. I wanted to come back with quite a bang, so today we're doing 7 strange things from Super Mario 64. I should add a footnote there. I'm trying to pinpoint some things that aren't really talked about when this game is talked about in iceberg type videos. I want to cover some stuff that I found particularly interesting. Super Mario 64 is, after all, my favorite video game ever made. In the past few years, a new idea has kind of hit the internet that Super Mario 64 was actually prototyping a personalized AI system that turned out to be kind of dangerous when the AI would produce unique copies in every single copy of the game that was released. This idea just basically means that if you remember something weird about the game you played as a kid, it probably was real, but uniquely only to you. This probably isn't anything new if you're familiar with icebergs or Super Mario 64 creepy content, but I thought I'd cover this fact before we get into the video because there's a lot of talk of unique copies of the game in this list. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into some strange and disturbing things from this ancient video game. Shared nightmares. This is an idea that many of those who have played Super Mario 64 have nightmares of the game that are sometimes shared with other players. I don't know if you've ever started talking about a dream to somebody and they're like, wait a second, I've had that same exact dream. It's some freaky shit. I actually have a few nightmares of my own from Super Mario 64. I haven't checked with any other Super Mario 64 fanatics if they've also had this shared nightmare, but I would like to describe 2 instances of dreams I had of Super Mario 64 from when I was a kid. A little backstory, I used to have a dog. He was a childhood dog. I was born, he was there. So his name was Fred, and he was a pretty nice dog, all things considered. He never really did anything to me in real life, but for some reason I would have these nightmares as a kid where Fred would try to eat me whole. You know, he'd probably start at my leg, start chewing, and then slowly throughout the dream start, you know, he'd be up to my neck or something. I would know I was in one of these nightmares when I entered the dream, and I would know it's a dream if I looked up and the Bowser laugh played, similar to when you first enter the castle. Yeah, I played too much Mario 64 as a kid. That's the doctor's diagnosis, but I think it goes deeper. There was also another dream I had of a giant fly guy, you know, the guys in the sand level, that was 15 feet tall and flying across my bedroom, blocking my only exit out. It's pretty weird shit now that I think about it, but this is the result of having, you know, these expansive worlds mixed in with a kid's imagination. I wasn't the only one having these nightmares, apparently, because there are many other shared similar nightmares other players have had playing this game. One of these nightmares includes one where Wet Dry World would keep rising its water level until eventually the pond skater enemies would drown, and you know, when they drown, you know you're fucked. Another one includes the beta penguins that were featured on the Kellogg's promotion for the game back in the day, and this image alone caused many people to have nightmares of, you know, these JPEGs, and I can't really blame them. That shit's terrifying, dude. There's just something about old 3D render art, dude. Either it pops a little dopamine or it makes you shit yourself. If anybody else has unique nightmares from when they were a kid about the game, please leave a comment. I find this topic very interesting since I've had my own experiences with being scared of this game, even when I'm knocked unconscious. 4th floor. This is an entry that directly references the personalized copy theory I talked about before, and it is said that a rare number of Super Mario 64 copies contain a mysterious 4th floor. If you were lucky enough to stumble upon the right AI RNG, you got to see something that most Super Mario 60 players will never see, and that's the 4th floor. The castle traditionally has 3 main floors, then the area leading to the final Bowser, and this theory states that there's actually a 4th floor above the last floor. It's said that boos roam these empty hallways of the 4th floor. I like to imagine this is kind of like a roped off area of an abandoned hospital or something. Maybe you walk into a hotel and they're like, don't go down the B wing. Nobody's been down there in a while. It's taped off. Don't worry about it. But then you go in anyway. There's very little in terms of proof of the 4th floor, but there are some photos and even a video by a YouTube user named Greenio. Greenio I've referenced before. They're known to create creepy content surrounding the game using ROM hacks, so it's likely this was just a remade version of what the 4th floor may have looked like. Although perhaps some of these photos might show a real copy of the game that contain this mysterious 4th floor. I wonder what's being stored up there, you know? You know, probably Mario's old Letterman jacket from when he played football for the Miami. Fuck. I bet it's Mario's old Letterman jacket from when he played football for Miami. I can't say Miami. Fuck it, that's it. Fuck it, I'm not making a joke. Aquarium Limbo. Some instances of the aquarium level can end in dire consequences. You know, like dire docks. Come on. It is likely you had or currently have a regular copy of Super Mario 64 and visited the aquarium and got the star like anyone else would, right? But if you were unlucky enough to have the personalized copy, you could run into the Aquarium Limbo, in which you enter the aquarium and instead of red coins and regular coins all scattered around the level, there's nothing in the room, and you're left to die from just running out of oxygen. The skybox of the course also switches to that of Big Boo's haunt, and the music is slowed down to create a more eerie atmosphere. Actually, upon dying, the game is said to crash and sometimes fully corrupts the game, making it unplayable. That's right, Mario's forever going to be lost in the Scooby-Doo Soul Lake from the official Scooby-Doo movie, and he's got to go in there and get his soul back. Inaccessible level painting. The inaccessible level painting is a level that appears in certain unique copies of Super Mario 64. In these copies, a new level can sometimes appear on the aforementioned 4th floor. It is usually left without an entrance or an exit, but if a player is skilled enough, they can utilize a BLJ or a backwards long jump to make it there into the room. Inside, the game's graphics turn into an eerie sepia color, and it starts looking like a Deus Ex Piss Revolution. It is reported to be a small room, and as you approach the painting, the game will start to glitch and eventually info dump to the point of crashing before players can jump into the painting. The painting's thumbnail, if you will, changes based on the RNG of the unique copies, but it is commonly shown as a demonic rabbit, like the one that can be found in the basement. Some people believe this is where Nintendo stored the most powerful anomaly in the game, and there's a reason no one can reach the painting to find out what it is. Because then, it likely wouldn't even matter anymore, because the secrets of the universe would be revealed. This was all too much power to wield, and Miyamoto knew it. That's why he sealed it behind this painting, never to be seen again. Although many have attempted, none have gotten past Miyamoto's Fort Knox. Whomp King rematch. Whomp King might not be the most memorable boss in Super Mario 64, probably overshadowed by King Bob-omb. He's by far the more fun boss fight than King B. You just smash his back 3 times and boom, he's toast. But with King Bomb-Billy, you know, you gotta wait slowly for him to start walking towards you in a straight line, then you have to jump over his back, pick him up, and slam him 3 times over and over and over. You fucking give me a break, dude. This shit's slow as hell. The Whomp King is only featured as a boss once in the game, but it is said that in certain personalized copies of the game that the Whomp King can reappear for a rematch. This is most commonly seen in the Tick-Tock Clock level. Is that what it's called? Y'all got me fucking second guessing these level names because I fucked it up in that other video. Got Dry Desert next. And I did it because I liked it and I loved it. This is most commonly seen in the Tick-Tock Clock level, where players can fight King Whomp again, but he's trapped in an out-of-bounds area that can only be accessed by clipping. Some claim that the rematch will only result in a red coin, but others have said that King Whomp drops another star. King Whomp will also reappear as a boss for the Starry Sky level and the Flying Fortress, which are both levels that don't naturally appear in the base game and only appear in certain personalized copies of the game. The course inside Bowser's painting. So obviously there are some paintings in the castle that are accessible and some that aren't, at least in the base copies of Super Mario 64. Some personalized copies utilize more than just the weird useless paintings upstairs, and actually this unlocks a secret level behind a painting you've seen since the beginning of the game. It's the Bowser painting. You know, the one that glares over you before you enter any Bowser level. The first time you run into the painting, there's an invisible wall that blocks Mario from hopping into it. But at the top of the endless staircase, Mario can finally access it. In a copy owned by the YouTuber Mario Nova 64, it is revealed that he can jump through the painting and access the Bowser boss battle arena, but with no Bowser and no spike balls to kill him with. Instead, there is a blue versions of the tower that showed up in the Wing Cap stage, and there is a large structure with a door that takes Mario to a redesigned version of the castle slide, and then the video kind of just cuts out. If we are to believe this personalized copy theory, this likely would mean the jumbled code from maybe other levels is creating this weird dystopian-like level that Mario has to explore alone. Yeah, I had the base copy Mario 64, but I heard you had a personalized one. What did it end up doing? Yeah, it just turned everything, just turned the whole game into I Am Legend, you know, the Will Smith movie. Like, no enemies, kind of just alone. I don't even have a dog. You know, it's more I Am Mario. Who is recording Lakitu? Lakitu is probably one of the most innovative design choices for introducing players to 3D gameplay. I think it's safe to say that the idea of a camera in a game didn't really exist as a controllable thing for huge audiences before Super Mario 64. So to better grasp the idea that the player now not only controls the player but the camera as well, they made it pretty apparent pretty immediately that the camera is actually just a fan favorite Mario enemy known as Lakitu. You can even see him flying around Mario in mirrors in the castle, so it really sells the fact that you are actually controlling a second character that you can't see. But in reality, this is just, you know, you controlling a camera. But if we take into account everything we see in Super Mario 64 comes from a camera controlled by a character, then who the hell is filming the Lakitu when he introduces himself to Mario? You know, in the beginning of the game when you touch the bridge? Well, most people believe that it's Lakitu's brother since he mentions the Lakitu Bros. But what if it's something a little more sinister? What if Bowser ended up stealing US government issued NSA tech that spies in on Mario at any point in the game? He has cameras in the dirt, in the trees, in the paintings, like a bad webcam blackmail situation. People, let's wake up. Yeah, you even saw Mario slowly curb stomp that Goomba instead of just finishing off like usual, dude. Yeah, Mario's a sick son of a bitch. This is just an expose piece from Bowser. He's trying to get the truth out there. Mario sucks. Anyway, that's just a little taste of the weird side of Super Mario 64. I love talking about this game, and it is truly just the surface of weird shit that has spawned from this game. So let me know if you guys want to see more weird content surrounding the game. I also just want to tail end this video real quick by saying I recently surpassed 1,000 subscribers. So I just want to throw out a huge thank you to everybody who's been supporting me. I want to do more iceberg type videos, maybe not branding them as icebergs, but in that same vein. So I'm planning to do a lot for the channel within the next year. I hit a little bit of a speed bump because my microphone broke. So it's not really my mic, it's the audio box for it. So I got to replace that. I'm kind of borrowing my brother's for now, just to get some content out there for you guys. But that won't affect the channel too much, hopefully. Another thing about me surpassing 1,000 subscribers, I unfortunately turned ads on my videos. This is a good way of me earning money from the channel so I can put it back into the channel. You know, call me Mr. Beast or something, you know, maybe Mr. Gambado, I don't know. That don't really roll off the tongue, so. But yeah, this means there will be ads. I don't know how ludicrous it is. You know, sometimes you will go to log in and watch a GMM video and there'll be 15 ads. So if it's like that, please tell me because I'm not aware. I use YouTube Premium, so I don't have to sit through the god-awful ads. But I just wanted to let you guys know I'm turning on ads. So apologies. I know, just sit through the 15 seconds. It's fine. Anyway, again, I just want to say thanks for all the supportive comments lately and on my old videos. I'm planning to put a lot more effort into growing the channel over the next year. So I have a lot of projects coming, so stay tuned for that. And if you're new to this channel from this video, please consider subscribing. I'm going to plan on doing a lot more Mario 64 content in the future. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for the 1,000, and here's to the future.